This video looks specifically at using flashcards to maximize effective learning. That's because without question, all of us can improve. So here's a reminder of the 3 questions you need to ask yourself. How do you study? Why do you study this way? And does it work? And then if you believe it does, how do you know it works? So here's a reminder of the 6 most effective learning strategies and then some of the methods that you can use to use these strategies. So this video is going to look specifically at flashcards, and it's also going to include the waterfall method. So flashcards have the potential to be a very powerful learning aid, but their success is going to depend on the thought you've put into making them in the first place and then how they're used. It's crucial to stress here that flashcards are not about summarising, they're about self-testing. So I hope it's not a surprise to consider that a flashcard on one side there should be a single question and its answer on the reverse. You should select the most important information to go on each flashcard. So you could use topic checklists or bolded terms in your study guide to help you choose. For more complex concepts, you should break them down so that they cover multiple cards. And you could use drawings to illustrate answers. When it comes to using your flashcards, it's very important to say your answer out loud and not just in your head. It's really important that you're committed, fully committed to your answer. And even better would be if you were to write your answer out, as that's what you would actually have to do in an exam. But please don't just think about it in your head. You can use flashcards both ways, so it's not simply always, here's the question, what's the answer? You could look at in the reverse, you could look at the answers and think, what's the question? Now, the waterfall method is a fantastic way of using flashcards. So you begin with your starting pack, however many flashcards that is. Let's say it's 50 flashcards on a particular topic. And you go through that starting stack, and the ones that you just absolutely nail, you put it into a know it pile, and the ones that you struggled at answering, you put into a struggle pile. You then pick up that struggle pile and do the same thing again. If you know the answer well this time, then you put it into a second know it pile. But if you struggled for a second time, you keep it in a struggle pile. And you keep doing this, and you keep doing this until you're left with maybe 1 to 5 cards, and that's your final struggle pile. So now we start to work backwards. We collect together our struggle pile with the last know it pile, and that becomes our working pile, and we work through that. Then we combine the working pile with the next know it pile, and we keep doing that until we're back at our starting stack. So we began with our starting stack. As we went through the stack, we put it into a know it pile and a struggle pile, and then we redid that with the struggle pile, and we kept doing it until we were left with 1 to 5 cards. And then we combined our final struggle pile with our previous know it pile, went through those, then combined it with the next pile, and then carried on until we ended up back with our starting stack. So what that's enabled you to do is it's given you a system, a way of focusing on the questions that you struggled the most with. You've done them the most repeatedly, but you've had a nice, clear system for doing that. Now you can take flashcards further. So ask yourself questions about individual cards. So once you remember the information on the back associated with a question or prompt on the front, raise questions such as, what else is this related to? Why is this important? How would I apply this information? Group cards together in themes. Taking this additional step forces you to ask yourself, which cards have something in common with others? And also it serves as a form of chunking, which helps you to remember information together instead of just separately. One final thing you could do is you could create a mind map with the cards, explain all the connections you see between individual cards and between groups of cards. And you could even use some yarn or some string to literally connect the cards together. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope one of the things that's come across is that without question all of us can improve, but that's only going to happen if we learn how to learn, and hopefully some of the strategies that are just being discussed in this video will help you achieve that.